Right, yeah, Spain's at it now. Anti-tourism things, which has to be the British. Has to be the British. And here's the thing. I said in the Northern Ireland riots that the UK sick of illegal immigration. And someone said, well, what the UK has to, someone in the comments said, what the UK has to remember is that the UK descends on Spain by the hundreds of thousands every year and causes trouble. I did comment, but YouTube deleted my comment. But I said, yeah, I agree with that. If Spain banned the British, it'll be the best thing that they ever did for their country. Like, and I certainly wouldn't call them racist for thinking that. Like, if Spain come out tomorrow and all the people voted to ban just Britain, just British people, I wouldn't come out and say, "Oh, you lot are racist against Britain." For for two reasons really. One, it's their country; they can do what they want with it, and two, I fully understand British people are trouble. There's a reason the term Brits abroad is a thing. Is because and not only like you can go into say Alicante in Spain. I could tell you 3 high-level crime murders uh, that happened just in that town in Spain. Let alone the rest of it. I couldn't even tell you how many UK people and all UK crime that high level gets like sorted out over in Spain. Not just Spain, Portugal, Tenerife, all them that place. But um not only that is that you have the just little dickheads going over, getting pissed. Most people's first holiday for Britain is Spain, and British people go over there, get pissed, act like dickheads. It don't even have to be high level crime UK shit. Just regular British people are assholes. So yeah, I agree that if Spain come out, and I certainly wouldn't say Spain was racist because the Spanish people have a problem with British people. But let's see what this is saying anyway. Let's go.
Now, last year's anti-tourism protests in Europe drew global headlines. This summer, the tensions are back with more protests. Earlier this week, locals in Spain have been shooting water guns at visitors, saying a flood of summer visitors is driving up housing costs in their cities and pushing out the locals. However, many local residents and businesses are concerned that tourists may be frightened away. Simon Browning reports from Mallorca.
Touchdown Mallorca. Summer 2025 is on.
Airport where the local time is 3:10.
The mass migration south for sun, sea and sights is underway.
The businesses survive on tourism.
But unrest remains in our favourite paradise.
Like everything has gone like mad.
Protesting against tourism on Spain's streets is back, and the holiday industry is starting to worry.
Spanish people love tourism.
How tourism impacts the people who live where we visit is key.
The main problem of Mallorca right now is not the tourism, it's the consequences.
And housing is at its core.
The issues of over-tourism are so pertinent here in Palma. I've just been walking through the streets and chanced upon this protest.
This tent, it represents the main problem we have here in the Balearic Islands, especially in Palma. We have a lot of problems to kind of afford the rent. If you have to pay this in a rent, it's more than your salary. It's impossible to us.
A hot issue for the local press, how the surge in visitors and a boom in Airbnbs and illegal holiday apartments is making it hard for locals to find somewhere to live. Through the busy streets to the government building.
Hi, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So,
tell me where we are.
we're just like in front of the Parliament of the
Ferran is an environment minister in the Balearic government. Mass tourism is key to his brief.
It's about the feeling of being an outsider in your own place, in the sense that the city has no longer services for locals.
Do you feel that there are simply just too many flights
Certainly.
arriving here in Mallorca and in the rest of Spain?
They're growing it because they want to operate at higher capacity in summer, which is completely... We cannot cope with that many people on the island.
This is Sinu, a small town right in the heart of Mallorca, far from the popular coastal resorts. But there's still tourism here. There's plenty of holiday lets and also a growing number of hotels.
And I'm going to show you the breakfast room.
Last year, Jose's hotel was graffitied by protesters. He sympathises with their cause. Mass tourism is putting huge pressure on the island's resources, like power and water.
Are you going to make another desalted plant? Are you going to make another highway because this highway is getting too small? Okay, you're going to solve the problem in maybe a few years, but in 5 years' time, you will have to make another highway and 2 other hospitals.
It's no surprise that Spain is the UK's favourite holiday destination. Just look at it. And here in Palma Nova in Mallorca, the restaurant owners and bars are keen to make sure that Brits know that it's still open for tourism regardless of those protests.
Resorts like this, filled with bars, restaurants and shops, were built for our holidays. Spain's economy has done very well from them. Very few protests happen here.
Of course, I would tell them, don't be afraid.
Yeah, but that's true. And business people are going to be very happy that the British come. Because probably, but it ain't just that. It's that the police become overworked with a load of dickhead British people fighting. Because it's no longer like in the 70s, even when Freddie Foreman and all them old gangsters went over there, it was still kind of, you had to have money to go to Spain. People didn't really start going to Spain like that till probably the late 90s, where like the working class. And Mickey Flanagan's got look up Delhi Belly, but Mickey Flanagan says in one of his shows, he's like, in the 70s, the British, he's like, we went over to Spain and we conquered the Spanish. He's like, we said we like it here, but we want a few changes. We're struggling to get a karaoke evening in the evening. Like, there's no Only Fools and Horses on the telly, and we can't get a roast dinner on a Sunday. And I fully understand that, yeah, obviously the business people, and of course the politician says, no, the Spanish people love the tourism. Well, they don't look like it, bro. Like, yeah, they look like it. But like I say, it's not just even like the damage in it, the overworking of the police and like then high level murders that they've got to handle. And like I say, if Spain come out tomorrow and said, right, we don't want British people here, I'd say, yeah, I can fully get that. I wouldn't want us there. I wouldn't want us there either if I was you.
Come to us. We thrive off of having you. We need the British tourism. Yeah,
Everyone's still welcome.
Yeah, of course. Everybody's still welcome. We want you here. We want to give you the best holiday experience. So yeah, don't be afraid of what you see in the newspaper. Not everything is what it seems.
Ambassador, tell me about how busy that flight route is between the UK and Spain.
Well, Simon, it's the highest air connectivity in the world.
Spain anticipates 100 million visitors this year, a record. Its ambassador to the UK is keen to stress protests are small and do not represent the view of the Spanish people.
What does the Spanish government want to say to those people that were squirted with water pistols in cafes on Sunday, who've paid to come to Spain to eat your food, drink your coffee, drink your beer, enjoy the sights, and they're met with
cause trouble, have fights, smash shit, do what British people do. Like, yeah, British people are trouble. You go to any town in Britain at a weekend and it's trouble. You walk down the street and easily see at least 3 fights or the rumblings of fights about to happen. And like I say, yeah, businesses is going to love it because probably the cost to their individual business, the money they get from tourism probably pays for the smashed things or whatever inside their own individual business. So the cost of their own damages isn't as great as Spain as a whole. But who isn't benefiting from it is the Spanish people, who are literally the Spanish people, as he said, they feel like they're losing their country. And although it's not, it is still an immigration in a way, because although it's not an immigration where people are coming and staying, people are going, but people are coming. So it's just a continuous amount of a lot of people in a country. It's like even Edinburgh. For the Edinburgh Comedy Festival, even people in Edinburgh don't like that, because it's something like the population triples or quadruples or doubles or something during the time of the festival, and it just causes chaos for all the people that live there trying to get on with their lives. And I say, yeah, business owners, I'm sure they love it. They love the British going over there. But what about the people?
Being sprayed with water pistols.
Well, all I can say is that we are awfully sorry and that it doesn't represent at all the feeling in...
Don't apologise, mate. I don't even like this smug twat. Oh, we want to just, as if like completely not acknowledging that British people are trouble.
You know how well...
And squirting people with water pistols is not the worst thing Spanish people could do. All right, yeah, it's not, but it's, yeah.
Tourists are treated in Spain in general, and British people particularly. The atmosphere in Spain is not hostile at all. On the contrary, it is as friendly as ever. And we are working hard, as you know now, not on making numbers grow. We don't want numbers to grow. We want satisfaction to grow in Spain.
The Spanish government has begun tighter regulation of holiday flats. The tourist industry is bitter about the damage rentals have done. A long, hot summer is ahead. Simon Browning, BBC News in Mallorca.
Do you know what they should do? Is stop, like, because like I say, it used to cost a lot of money to go to Spain. Now you can win a £30 holiday in Spain in a saving up for tokens in the Sun newspaper or whatever. So any old riffraff, that's where they go, is Spain. And yeah, like I say, British people are just trouble. I say, and the fact that that guy had to apologise. Like I say, even if British people was good as gold, and like he tried to paint us, going over there to enjoy your beer, eat your food. I mean, even that sounds quite like weird anyway, to say we're coming over to eat your food and drink your beer and see your sights. Completely ignoring all the trouble that's caused. But even if we was perfectly behaved and Spanish people said, look, we don't want all these people here, it's too many people, I'd still say, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? It's your country. But the fact as well is that British people are a nuisance. It's like, say I went to Egypt. Egyptians they hate the Russians over there. But they have quite a, you can basically do anything in Egypt. It's really, but they love the English. When you walk up and you're white, they wait till you say something. And if you're Russian, they hate the Russians. But they love the English. That won't last forever, because soon everybody will be able to afford to go. I mean, you can afford to go to Egypt. It's just no one thinks of it, because everyone thinks, hey, we're going to Spain. Right. Yeah. And I'll tell you another comedian who's got a joke. It's like, when you go to Spain and your dad goes off wandering around the town. He's like, and then he comes back and goes, come on, I found where we're going tonight. Come on. It's a place called the Red Lion. No, it's great. They got roast dinners on. Only Paul's Norses on the telly. Lovely. So he might as well just stayed in England. Yeah. And he's like, and you see English people. He's like, you go to Spain and you see English people outside Spanish supermarkets. He's like, Cadbury's Les Fingeres? Les Fingeres? And you see him standing outside the shop like, It tastes the same. It tastes exactly the same. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not saying again, it's not an all thing, but the majority of British people, especially on holiday, yeah, all just a bunch of dickheads. So yeah, I'm on your side, Spain, to be honest. Kick them fucking Brits out. But yeah, not me, I know, I'm lovely. But yeah, that's the reaction. Sweet.